She is ripping, man. Definitely got some more torque. Hello people, and welcome to the MOTO Machines channel. In today's episode I'm going to be attempting the shunt mod on my 1500 watt 35 plus 1 amp controller. I'm led to believe that this is the best way to get some more performance out of this bike for free. And it seems relatively straightforward. I just need to do some soldering to it. Now, I've soldered a couple of switches and joined a wire or two here and there before, so I'm by no means experienced or in any way really know what I'm doing apart from trying to bridge this gap. So if I blow myself up or set fire to the bike, you know what not to do. First, I opened up the controller by removing some screws, pulled out the circuit board, located the two staple looking parts. Then I put a small bit of wood underneath them just to protect the circuit board from any rogue solder. Joined them together the best I could with solder. Whilst being very careful not to damage anything. Once that was done, I then reassembled the controller. Next, I connected it to the bike just to give it a test, and it worked for a split second and then went dead. I lost all power. I did know the battery had a potential to blow the fuse, so this was my first area to inspect. Removed the cover, had a look inside, located the main battery fuse, not the one from the charge port. Checked the fuse and that was blown. It was a 40 amp fuse. I needed something larger. So I had to take the one out of the kids' electric pit bike. That was a 50 amp. After I installed that, give it a quick test, then I was happy to take it for a test ride. Now it's time for the test ride, which is my favourite part. We just want to get out of the built up area. So I'm not sure what to expect. Obviously some sort of, am I going to get more top end? Am I going to get more torque? Is it only going to be torque? Am I going to get mid-range? I do not have a clue. This is all new to me and I prefer to experience it myself and then try and explain it. Another thing before I forget, I haven't got my gloves on. Sometimes people complain or moan at me a little bit about not having gloves, but trying to turn the camera on and off is sometimes a reason I don't have my gloves on. But today it's because I'm using my hand just to keep a check on the controller temperature and the battery temperature. Because yes, I did have to change the battery fuse. I just tried it in the garage. I put it on the stand and as soon as I pressed the throttle, boom, sugar. I've never done it before, so I quickly just took apart the battery, found the fuse. It was really easy. Luckily it had a 40 amp fuse in, which surprised me. But anyway, luckily I had a 50 amp fuse on the electric pit bike. So I was able to, the kids' pit bike, so I robbed it off of there and put it in here, flicked it over in the shed and it didn't trip it out. So I'm just waiting till I turn this up into 5, and if I give it full thumb, whether it's just going to blow the fuse and I'll have to pedal back. Not too sure what's going to happen. But anyway, I've ordered some 60 and 70 amp fuses for these maxi slide fuses. Right then, just in case this 50 amp does blow. Right then. We're in 5th now. There's no one behind on this private road. I've also got this meaty great chunky tyre on, which doesn't help. And I'm only going to hold the thumb for, I don't know, 8-10 seconds. Check temperature, everything feels alright. No fires yet, Johnny. It definitely feels like it's picking up better. It definitely felt more torquier down low. It would help if I had a full battery. I remember what this 1500 watt is like. I've ridden it quite a lot recently. Well, it's the one I've been using. And I did notice a big difference when I put that big tyre on, but it's mainly for off-road anyway. But if I'm going to be doing more road, I'll put on slimmer tyres. It is definitely picking up a lot better. Now we're going on to a downhill. I don't like that. I've got to say, at least it hasn't blown a battery fuse yet. I did open it right up from down low. It'd be a good test now against my 2000 watt hub. Slow down, train tracks, they're rough. Now we're coming up to some sort of hill. There's nothing, it might feel a little bit, not warm, but it's not cold. This hill should soften a bit of battery sag. Oh, through the mud. Seems to have more comfortable top speed, I reckon. Got a bit of headwind, to be honest. I'm not sure what I'm thinking. I was expecting some sort of nearly rip my arms off, but that clearly isn't happening. But I do feel it's got more torque, and then I don't know. It's a small increase all round. Feels more comfortable getting to a higher, to 30 odd miles per hour. Is this a hedge cutter? Jeez. I'm turning, I don't want to punch her. He's been here already. The hedge looks tidy. Yes, it's a hard one really. There is a bit of a difference. Is it worth it? Well, time will tell, because if it's reliable, it will be worth it. But if it kills the controller sooner rather than later, that wouldn't be worth it. Luckily I had the spare controller, and I thought I might as well mess around with it and see what I think myself. Admittedly, maybe if the soldering was better, it might give it that bit more oomph. I'm not sure. Temperature. No, everything feels fine. When I've got a fully charged battery, whoa, thorns everywhere. Yeah, what I should have done really is rode with a stock controller, then this controller, and done a side-by-side edit. I could have compared them a little bit easier. But I'm still glad I done it. It's a crosswind, not a headwind. So, I'm not going to lie and tell you all to go out and do the shunt mod. Wow, it's some massive performance increase, because I'm not feeling it myself. I am feeling a little bit more torque, but is it worth it? Well, I enjoyed the experiment. I hope you enjoyed this little experiment. Maybe I've overlooked something and done it completely wrong, and I'd be really interested to hear, so let me know in the comments below. I'm going to start heading home. I hope you enjoyed this little upload, and thanks for tuning in to the Moto Machines channel today.